have the almighty Alchemist with me tonight, so welcome to Czech Republic.
Almighty. I like that. Thank you, man.
Double A, you know.
That's right. Appreciate it.
So I started off today with interviewing YB and Nagmir, and it reminded me that he actually started his career, playing music through GTA, streaming music through GTA. He was playing GTA 5 and playing his songs to guys he was playing online, and I figured that's something that actually connected those two generations. You were with GTA 5, but on a completely different level, right?
You're a good journalist, man. I like that you make this connection, man. This is very impressive. Yes. And shout out to YB and Namir. I think he's really dope. Yeah, I did music on Grand Theft Auto 5, with my brother Oh No from Gangrene and Edgar Freeze, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, from Tangerine Dream. And my man Woody Jackson. So we did a lot of work. That was a great experience. Yeah.
So you mentioned working with Gangrene and Tangerine Dream on that soundtrack, but it's probably it would probably take me the whole interview to actually count up all the artists you cooperated with. Freddie Gibbs is right now on the stage, and that was probably one of your recent albums, right?
Yeah, I have to perform later, so we probably don't have time. But yeah, I did a lot of work, man. It's a blessing.
So how what's the recipe for being for doing such great beats for such a long time with so many artists? So there is not so many producers that can work with, for example, both sides of the state. So you're both on the east side, on the west side, and still having such great connections with artists.
You gotta just be a fan. You know what I mean? Like, I never stop to be a fan. I'm always in love with the music. So as long as I'm inspired, the outcome will be good shit. And as long as there's other people that are dope, that are out, we'll be able to compete. And the outcome is like what you hear right now on stage, like Madlib. That's like one of my brothers from another mother. And we compete creatively. Like, every time I hear a Madlib beat, I just want to go home and throw my hat on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, this guy, man, he's just too good. And I have a lot of friends like that. You know what I'm saying? Evidence is the same way. So when we keep each other sharp, the result is good music for everybody.
So there is some sort of library. Oh, he made a better beat than me. Do you actually brag about it between you guys?
Yeah. All my friends hurt my feelings every day. When they send me music, I cry, and I gather myself, and then I go slam sound, noise against the wall, and make something that I can bring to them and go, is this okay? How's this? You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying. I'm just a man, you know what I'm saying?
So what's the tempo? How many beats you produce, let's say, for example, per month?
I don't have a number, but I do a lot of beats. Every morning. Something's getting made, something's getting fixed, erased, deleted, restructured. So I just do a lot of those type of things. I'm a busy guy.
So if you say percent-wise, we know how many beats you actually release and produce on different albums, and how many beats actually go to trash?
Nothing really goes to the trash. I erase a beat when I'm making it, but if I save it, it's in the files for life. It's embedded in stone. So I save a lot. I save everything, but not everything makes it to where you hear it.
Okay.
If it makes it to that point, that means he graduated elementary school, high school, honors, and he was a good kid. Some of the beats, they're not good kids. They drop out of school and they just don't make it. They're misfits. So the good beats are the ones that's like magnum cum laude, honor roll.
So your new solo project is actually also coming out in between all the music you did for the process. So what's the difference? How do you actually pick beats between the ones you do for other artists and the ones you actually leave and they stay for your albums?
I feel like the beats pick the project. I don't pick them. I make them, and they tell me which way to go. You know what I mean? So I leave it loose. Sometimes I have an idea. Sometimes, I won't lie, sometimes it's like, this is for this. A lot of times, they drift into the direction they're supposed to go, and I just meet them there.
So, and what about, because probably if people that are actually listening to mainstream music, not hip hop music, would probably remember you for the single with Nina Sky, right? Because do you consider that your biggest hit?
That's my only hit. If you're talking about me as an artist, yeah, that's the only record that's the Alchemist record that really boom boom made a wave.
The question I would ask is why? Because probably I would say you probably know the recipe to make a hit.
I just embarked on a different mission. It wasn't like, I don't know. I never thought about it, but I mean, I got a lot of records I produced for people that became hits. But as far as me as an artist, I was more focused on making the music.
But even though also when you release a solo album, it's not even you don't actually even invite those superstars, right? You actually keep it like, even if I look at the tracklist from the upcoming album, you don't have like huge names that you probably can have from the people you work with. So that's another question. Why do you do that? You want it that way, so you keep it you keep it down.
Yeah, I work with the artists that work with me, like my people, pretty much. It's not, at this point, there's not too many artists I work with that's like, I don't know them. They're just basically like, anyone on my album is like somebody that if you look at our text conversations, we making jokes. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I might send a funny picture of you. You know what I'm saying? Then those are the people that are on my album. The other ones that are greats, I love them too, and when the time is right, sometimes we do that.
Okay.
I just put out a Schoolboy Q record. I had a Wiz Khalifa 12-inch. So those things happen when they happen, but for certain projects, it just, what can I say?
Okay. So we are here at Hip Hop Kemp, which is celebrating its 18th birthday. With 18 in Europe is the same as 21 in the States. So do you remember your 21st birthday and what you were doing then?
I feel like on my 21st birthday, I went to Atlantic City and I was playing craps. I'm pretty sure that's what I did. I was playing dice. I'm really a good dice player.
Winning?
I don't know if I won that night, but mostly I win. I'm pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
Bet on me.
So how does a typical day of the Alchemist look like? Do you actually, eat, sleep, and work in the studio, or you also have time to do different things?
Pretty much in the studio, and when different things approach the opportunity to do them, I do them. But like I do most of the things from my studio. Like I could shit there, sleep there. They deliver food, they deliver weed. It's Los Angeles, so it's legal. So pretty much everything can be done from the comfort of your own lazy chair in the studio. So that's what I do.
And here at Hip Hop Kemp, you're also performing solo, which that is something you don't usually do, right? Since you're also a tour DJ outside of producing everything. For so many years touring with Eminem, that's probably also something that was taking a lot of your time, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And I need to ask that, because what's the craziest story you can tell from the ones you can tell us from at the touring with Eminem?
It's not too explosive like that, We're like grown-ups now, so I wish it was more fun. I think in the beginning it was pretty crazy because Proof was still around. There's probably some good stories from back then, but we just kick back. It ain't, we listen to old rap.
So now it's more like an old gentleman club?
Old gentleman club, you know what I mean? We just like basically sleep, get rest, and that's pretty exciting, right?
Sometimes I feel like because Eminem's first album was actually the first original CD I actually bought, because it's 20 years from it was 1999 when Slim Shady was it, and Eminem being older now, it's something I consider like how much time passed, like when you think about it, that it's already 20 years and you're all grown men. So does it actually affect you, your workflow, the tempo of your work, your age, or you don't even feel it as a producer?
I don't even feel it. That's a state of mind. You know what I mean? As an artist, all you gotta pray for is health and inspiration. That's it. Like love, all that other stuff is good, but you got those two, you're out of here. So Yeah, it's nothing. We all work like, doesn't matter what the age is. Like M works every day. Nobody works as hard as him that I've ever seen on the planet Earth. Nobody. So it doesn't.
Outside of you.
He works way harder than me. It fucks me up. Like, holy shit. But he's Eminem, so of course, you know what I mean? He gets everything that he got was because of what he put in.
Is there anybody you didn't have a chance to work with, and you actually look like to work with with such a long list of artists you already cooperated?
Yeah, but I can't say it because I could get sued.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what more can you tell us about your next album? Because recording so many albums, listening so many songs, how would you say it's different than your other work you did in the past?
Because it's so fire. Like every time I do something, it's like the fire increases. Like when you turn up a fire on a stove, every album, in the stove, and like it's a limit. When you turn it up, it goes to 10. My stove there's no limit. Every time the fire increases, it blows my mind, man. Like I don't even know what's going on anymore. I'm bugging right now.
So would you consider yourself being the biggest fan of your music?
I better be. How could you like what I do if I don't like it? Let's say I do something, I don't know, man, it's all right. Check it out. You're gonna be like, yeah, it's just all right, right?
Yeah.
I think you have to.
It should be like that.
You have to be the biggest fan of your music. Humbly, don't be a dickhead. Be a nice guy. Be humble, but be your biggest fan.
Okay. We started off the interview with my question about GTA, so I would like to ask if you would have like.
The end now. We're bringing it home.
Oh
now?
yeah, actually, yeah.
Journalist. Okay, we're bringing it home.
So, if you would if you would have to pick one game character you would like to be, not play as, but be, who would that be if you actually play video games?
Ken.
Oh, so we're going old school.
Ken. It's just Ken. I don't know. Guile was fire too. He had the military going. You know what I mean? Some real. Or I would be like in Russian Attack. I might be one of those guys in Russian Attack, or Kung Fu. I would be the guy that just kicks. You know what I'm saying?
And you would actually, of course, make the soundtrack to that game, right?
Yeah, but also if I wouldn't be that, I would be the final boss of the game. Like in the end of the game, you always have that final boss. I would be the final boss of the game.
I just imagined you being the final boss like in a beat battle, and that somebody goes through the level.
The final boss was always like crazy big. Like oh shit.
Even in Super Mario he had to be big.
How am I gonna beat this guy? That's me. I'm small in life, but when I do music, I'm the final boss.
So your new album will
new album.
No, come on. Because that would mean that is your last album, and so let's don't go there.
But I could still be the final boss and keep doing albums, but I'm not gonna call it album that, but I am the final boss when I do music.
Okay, so to end our conversation, I hope you will always remain the final boss, and that's my wish for you.
I appreciate it, brother. Salute.
And thank you for the interview.
Thank you.